Natalia, do I really need to have a mentor or a coach? Why do all of these top achievers invest into a mentor or a coach? It doesn't make sense. They have everything that they need. They have the time, they have the money, they have the willpower. I just don't get it. You know what? Why should I answer this question if I could have an amazing expert next to my side? So today I am extra thrilled that my bestie, my personal well-being and performance coach, and a source of inspiration, Silke Glaab, is here with me today. Silke, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you very much for your invitation, and thank you very much everybody who is watching and listening.
Fantastic. So for everybody who's here, tell us, where are you from? And if you have any questions, don't be shy. Simply type them into the comments and we'll give our best to answer them. Silke, so for those who are not really sure about you, who you are, what you do, tell us a little bit more about who is Silke Glaab and how do you make the world a little bit better through your skill and through your profession and through your art?
Thank you very much. So I'm actually a performance and well-being advisor, and I help executives, entrepreneurs, and experts to really reach their level best by using my Brain Boss method.
Okay. A Brain Boss method, what does that mean?
Yeah, so Brain Boss, okay, I learned from you, it's a good branding. Okay,
it is.
So it's actually a branding name. Yeah, but Brain Boss for me means that you are really the boss of your brain. And the brain is all about your behavior. It's all about your feelings and emotions. And your brain is also responsible that you reach your goals, and therefore performance and well-being, because this for me are the major things to help people with.
Okay, so let's also start with digesting these words, because yesterday, for example, when I was at my hairdresser's and we talked about all sorts of things, she said, what does performance actually mean? And I thought, oh, that's so interesting. We all assume that it means the same thing for all of us. So I said, okay, I told her what I believe performance is, but I wanted to ask you, because again, you're working in this field.
Yeah, so performance for me means in this context, what I'm doing, that you're performing a certain task. And performance in the workplace is often, how are you able to reach goals? Yeah, you can be like employed or self-employed. It's always about reaching certain goals. And in your performance, how you are acting in the process to reach them.
And well-being means health or looking after yourself, or is that love and acceptance, or is that all of that? What does well-being mean?
Yeah, well-being is more a state of being, that you feel comfortable, healthy, and happy. And even well-being has certain aspects. You can speak of emotional well-being, physical well-being, spiritual well-being, mental well-being. It means that a state of being, while performance is more an action. Yeah, it's your behavior towards that. And for me, it's very important to help people with strategies to reach their goals. And at the same time have a good state of well-being.
Yeah, we're working on that, especially because I sometimes forget that I'm a human being. I tend to be a human doing. This is where the well-being comes in, and it's not always performance. So we'll dig into that in a second. Let me quickly say hi to everybody who joined. We can see Ramush and Prosmoni. We have a few people who are LinkedIn users, so I don't know who you are. I guess it's because of your privacy settings. We have Buluwatfe, we have Bastian, Penelope, Sana, Lisa Marie. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you have any questions, don't be shy. Today we talk about mentoring, we talk about coaching, we talk about well-being and performance. So if you have any questions out of that bubble, just reach out. Okay, Silke, so one of my favorite questions that I hear, or statements that I hear from a lot of people is, yeah, I'm kind of successful and I also like my family and I'm sort of healthy and life is kind of good. So why would I invest in a, let's say, performance advisor? Don't we tend to over optimize? Is the question of how can I become better is not making us sick. So this is a statement or question that people regularly approach me with. So what's your perspective on, do we over optimize things? And is the question, what can I do to become better, making us sick? Or does better not necessarily mean what some people associate it with?
Okay, so let's start off with the person who said, yeah, everything is fine. I'm quite successful. My family, my private life is really, really good. And this means you're in a very comfortable comfort zone. Yeah, you have reached a certain level of success, of fulfillment, and there it is. So if you still want to grow, this means when you are in a comfort zone, you're not learning new things anymore. You just apply your previous skills, and you may use your skills to get really into a good flow state, into a happy state, and that's fine. Yeah, so you don't need necessarily to get a mentor on this. But if you want to grow, if you want to learn something, if you want to enrich yourself, then you may think about a mentor, because a mentor can help you to get new strategies. Yeah. So to look again, can you become more successful, or how can you reach the same success with less energy? Yeah. How you can inspire your children. Yeah, it's also, you're not only a husband and a wife, you're also a parent. Yeah, how you can inspire your children. What can you learn from your children? Whenever you want to grow, when you want to learn something new, this means you need a kind of frustration. And often, if you feel already comfortable, you may not set yourself goals that make you now all of a sudden uncomfortable. Yeah, why would you do that? But this stage is quite important for new learning. It's actually a necessity for new growing, that you get to a kind of frustration where things are not working well anymore. And then you learn something new. And this is why people who are like more in crisis, yeah, for example, they started a business and they go online, they go on LinkedIn, and then they see that all their posts, nobody is engaging. And then they feel this pain and frustration. And then, for example, they reach out to you, yeah, to learn something new, to get out of the frustration. Therefore, people who are more in a frustrated state, they are more open to learn new things. Now, you also said something about how we can over-optimize ourselves. Yeah. And I have quite a number of clients who are quite A type of people. Performing, getting things done, expanding, getting better, optimizing. And then I always ask, from where is that drive coming from? Yeah, so what is behind this drive? And often it's like, I need to be better to be acknowledged. I need to be better. I must be better to be valued. Yeah, so there is and behind respect and value and appreciation is a simple word. And that word is love. So I need to do all these things in order to be loved.
So which means I'm unworthy, I'm not enough, I'm not there yet.
Yes. Yes, and you have some people, they even have really, how you can say, very high goals, and they reach them, but it's never enough. So if one goal is reached, where is the next one? And where's the next one? There is not even this kind of appreciation, staying in the moment. Yeah, because, okay, I needed to go there, but this is only a step for another one. Yeah, it's endless, and you are all the time in this hamster wheel. Yeah, that you're trying to go forward, and for you it's never enough. And this is a kind of unhealthy optimizing yourself. Yeah, you can also you can get into this healing modality, and in this one, and this one, and you can attend this training. You can scale yourself up all the time, but are you like coming to a point that you say, okay, is this really necessary? What do I really need to move forward? And first of all, where do I even want to go?
Those painful questions. Yes.
Yeah. Where do I actually want to go? Yeah. And if this achieving goals, only this brings a satisfaction, or is it also the process of learning new things on the way? Do you always only go for the rewards or awards and certifications and things like that, and still you don't feel enough?
Yeah, great points. And I think we worked on a lot of them on my journey. So I definitely remember funny scenes out of our sessions. Let me quickly say hi to Zara, and we have Sultan, we have Ilkay, Sesson, we have Bastian and Eric. Bastian wants to know, what about people who are unaware of their frustration or frustrated state?
This is a very interesting question, Bastian. How do you feel frustration? Yeah, because frustration is a feeling you give to a certain sensation in your body. There is something going on when you are frustrated. It's like you feel tight, you may feel tensed, you feel maybe also numb, and you really want to give up. Yeah, you don't even want to stay in that moment anymore. For example, you're in a task and you have tried all over again and it's still not working. And then that's the moment you really want to push it away. But to feel it, you have to go into your body and sense what's going on there. Yeah, you can also say, okay, frustrated in your mind, but a feeling is already happening in your brain. It's already on a more conscious level of it, while sensations are going on in your body. So short answer, go into your body and feel what you're feeling in that moment.
And usually when you talk to people, you see it or you sense it in their body language. So when you say, oh, are you okay? Of course I'm okay. Oh yeah, I can really hear that. So let's talk about it. Why are you okay? So you're clearly not.
Or look at kids. When I think you just you forgot maybe, but kids can be a really great example. When they are frustrated, they just smash it. Yeah, and maybe you also smash it. Yeah, maybe you just throw the book at the wall. Yeah, but with kids, you can really see when they're frustrated. Yeah, so that their head goes down. So they're more in tune to their sensations than us adults.
Okay, another question that I am also regularly approached with is, oh, Natalia, I've heard that once you are aware of your wrong belief or your energy block or your misperception of the world, it could be anything. It could be, I'm not enough. It could be, I don't deserve this. It could be, I can't let go of this shame, whatever it is. Once I'm aware of this, I just need to say the opposite of that in affirmations. And I just say these affirmations for 30 days and then hali wali, it's gone. And I say, well, if it was so easy, everybody would do it. But I think just by saying it, not much is about to change, because I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, you need to feel it, and you really need to be convinced that it's true. Because if you don't, then you can say whatever you want for the next year and it's not going to happen. But again, I'm not the expert on this topic. You are. So what do you say to these people?
Yeah, something similar to you, and going a little bit more into detail. Like if you have this very strong belief, I'm not enough, your brain has lots of events stored to this belief. Yeah, so you have this belief, and then lots of experiences are going with that belief. And often this belief is maybe only a surface. Often there are even deeper beliefs under that one. And if you don't tackle the underlying ones, then it's not enough. That's one thing. A second thing is, if you now out of sudden give yourself these positive affirmations and they are not in line what your subconscious is thinking. Let's give an example. So you are like have heavy weight, yeah, so you're overweight and you're standing in front of the mirror and you tell yourself, oh, actually I'm 40 kilos, and then the subconscious mind says, what are you saying? 40 kilos? And you say you are slim. That's not right. So I don't let it in. Something that's not aligned, what I have already stored here, I will not let it in. And there is a trick you can do. And there's a gatekeeper in your conscious mind. And your conscious mind is like communicating. Like the subconscious mind says, okay, don't let this new belief in. You're enough? No, you're not enough.
You're definitely not enough.
I don't let it in. Yeah. And there's in your conscious thinking, there's the gatekeeper. So what you have to do, you have to avoid the gatekeeper and go immediately in your subconscious mind. And you can do that in a hypnotic state. In a hypnotic state, you avoid this critical factor that's also a part of the brain that sees when something is in conflict. Yeah, if there's a conflict between what you're thinking and what the outside world says. So when you go into a hypnotic state, you avoid the gatekeeper, the critical part, and you let it sink in directly in your subconscious mind.
Yeah? So when some people hear hypnosis for the first time, they might think, not sure about that. Isn't this a little bit woo-woo? Can't you just put or implement or place things in there that are against my will? Tell us a little bit more about the power of hypnosis, please.
Yeah, hypnosis is a state most people actually already know. Have you ever experienced that you are driving home from work and it's a road you have driven so many times that you even forgot what was happening on the way? So you step out of work and then you somehow on the way you reach home. So this means you were in a hypnotic state. Or if you are listening to music, the music you really, really like, everything gets somehow lost on the way. That's also a hypnotic state. A hypnotic state is where you like dim things from your sensory input. Yeah, things that are not necessarily, you get so much information every single second, and you dim it a little bit down so that you can focus more on your inner world. Yeah, your inner world is also always going on, but if you are more in an awake state of mind, then you notice so many things around you, like our conversation now. So I may look, do I look in the web camera? What do I say? Do I have the right position here? And all these things. Yeah? So I'm in a very alert state right now. If you're in a hypnotic state, you calm more down. You don't look necessarily to the outside work. I don't have to impress. And you have more in introspective. So you're going more inside. So you're not necessarily sleeping. There are ways in hypnosis that can guide you even really, really into a really deep state. But what is mostly done also in the work I use, people are fully aware. It's more for them like a guided meditation to get more insights into yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. And for the case that this is how I experience our work when we work together, when we come to the root source, the root wrong belief, like the deepest of the deepest of the deepest, and we realize, that's the issue. And we decide that, okay, we don't want this anymore and let's replace it with something better. You ask me if you are allowed to replace it. And every step that you do, you ask me if you are allowed. And it's super safe. I think that maybe some people watched a few funny movies or read a few bizarre articles about the whole topic, and now they think, I don't know, somebody who puts you into hypnosis can make you jump like a little monkey or like a chicken or whatever. This is two different worlds. One and the other has nothing to do with each other.
they can do it if you're willing to do it. Yeah, so there's quite some like information about this one, why people in these stage shows actually behave like this. There's a willingness, and the stage artist, he selects people. So it's not random people. They're selected. They may be more into getting easily into a hypnotic state. That's a precondition. And then they're also willing to expose themselves in such a way. And even like I follow a great neuroscientist, Dr. Uberman, and he works together with another professor in Stanford, and they do hypnosis for pain relief and sleep and anxiety. Yeah. So also bringing people into this very hypnotic state and give them positive affirmations to program like their sleep pattern, their anxiety. And this is someone who does really research in Stanford. So that's something. And what we also do in our work is not only hypnotherapy. I use another method to energetically release that. But with this, that's another level of work.
Yeah.
And therefore, the Brain Boss method includes neuroscience, healing work, hypnotherapy, different aspects to really help the person what he or she needs.
Absolutely. And that's what I love about you. It's just awesome. You're a little bit like a Swiss Army knife with all of these tools. And then depending on the challenge, you're like, this one or this one. Oh, let me combine it.
And what I also often get, I have also a client, the person said, okay, I like to get rid of this, I'm not enough or whatever the issue is, but I really want to keep my performance because I gained so much out of my limiting belief. I don't want to let this one go. Yeah, I like micromanaging. I like to have this willpower and drive. I hope if you remove this belief, that not all the other things are gone, and be assured they will remain there. It's only because if you are using a source that's filled out of anxiety, you use energy like useless. Yeah, you spend too much energy, on this fear and anxiety and whatever that you could use better to really move forward with ease and grace, I always say. Yeah, it's not the
Absolutely.
hard work, it's smart work.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, we're working now, I think, for 3 months or something. And I am just so much chilled out. I get more done while doing less. I receive so many phenomenal opportunities on a weekly basis. And that's because we got rid of certain assumptions about life, about certain things that I was doing or not doing. And yeah, this is just the beginning of a journey. So as I said, let's see what happens at the end of the year. Woo!
Yeah, yeah. And it's also like often the question is, but I also do regular work on myself. And that's for me also a precondition. Yeah, so I can't just help others and don't help myself.
Yeah.
So I also have my mentor, yeah, who
Yeah.
mentors me and brings me forward. And yeah, and the question is then always like, okay, I studied psychology, I did really a lot of trainings. Why would I still use a mentor? Yeah, why I can't help myself? Yeah, that's another question. Yeah, because you said,
You
oh, can I do
can't.
certain things on my own? So I
Yeah.
can just reprogram the belief. Okay, I have all the tools, but still I use someone to assist me, because you're like narrow-minded, and when it comes to the juicy stuff, you really avoid that. You need
Of course, it's
someone.
pain.
Yeah. Now, not always pain.
Not
It's
pain, it's
yeah,
discomfort.
yeah,
It is,
discomfort,
yeah.
or you're blinded. Yeah, you're
Yeah, you
also
just don't see it.
blinded. Yes, and I tried it, and I get bored with myself, and then I also use someone else, and it's like with this you open new doors for growth, even
Yeah.
for me. When I did my mentoring also about my services and whatever, it also brought me more clients. Yeah. And
Of
I did
course.
business coach. I attended business coach. I had the trainings with you that really helped me a lot. I had, as I said before, business coaching, and I followed all the guidelines. So there was still something blocking me, and I sorted this one also out.
But then again, I think when you look at sports, the world's top athletes, doesn't matter if we talk about basketball players or golf players or anything, football players, they still invest in a coach. And on the outside, especially how they portray themselves or how their marketing agencies do that, they look like kings and queens and gods and goddesses. And they know, because they're smart, there are certain things that they can't see, and that it's human nature to stay in our comfort zone. Or maybe if they're super ambitious, they push themselves and they grow every day a tiny little bit, but maybe not to the level where they want to grow. So it doesn't matter how phenomenal, fantastic, amazing, gorgeous, successful you are. If you want to go that one step further, it doesn't matter how old you are, how skilled you are, how much money you have, you will get there faster and easier, or maybe even to areas that you would have never imagined, when you have a professional advisor, coach, mentor, however you call that person, by your side. Correct?
Yeah, because in sports, there are so many people who have the same talent and skill and body.
Yeah.
And in the end, nowadays, mental ability plays a really, really big role. I believe that's the turning point if you reach to become a high athlete. And bring it on a simple thing. So I'm going to the gym for so many years. Sometimes I had personal trainers. I'm self-driven. I'm motivated by myself. I remember exercises. I look at other people. And recently I was in the gym, and then I was observed by a guy. And then he said, oh, you're doing this not fully correctly. I said, but I had a personal trainer in the past, and I'm doing my things really, really good. So what are you telling me? And then he gave me just a small correction. And then he said, so for how long are you training? I said, 20 years, whatever. Yeah. And then he said, yeah, but you seem like you just do the same exercises all the time. I said, no. There's a day for back, there's a day for legs. And of course, I mix them up. Then he said, yeah, but you're not challenging yourself anymore. And I said, what? Challenge? He said, yeah, there's small things, how you move your shoulders, how you carry the dumbbells. Yeah. This makes a big difference. So he was very convincing. So I took some sessions now with him.
There you go. Good sales guy.
Yeah, and I would have never imagined to do exercises like this. Never, ever. And I see already a change. Yeah.
Fantastic. Great story.
What a mentor comes in is like correcting certain things you did already good, but now do it more efficiently, that muscles can really build up. If you're always exercising the same things, muscles are also not building up. So you need challenges. What I said before, you need this kind of frustration, challenge that's not too much for you. Yeah. Otherwise, it's becoming
overwhelming.
Overwhelming. Yeah. But you need something to reach and grow. And even it starts with the muscle. The muscle needs a challenge, a different angle to really grow. And the same is with the mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me also say hi to Yas or Jas. We have Ans, we have Grace, Maman, Miriam, and Mirza. Audience, do you still have any questions? If you do, ask them now. Let me quickly have a look at my questions. I think Sarah posted a question yesterday. Sarah wanted to know, or Sarah said, I love the concept of coaching and mentoring. Therefore, I would like to know, how can I find a fitting coach for myself? That's the first question. Then we dig into the second one.
Yeah, so you can actually find out where exactly you want to grow. Yeah, and what is your objective of the coaching? What should be the outcome of the coaching? Is it on your career? Is it on your purpose? Is it on your health? And then also know, do you want to work with someone over a longer period of time? And look then up people you relate with. And the most coaches and mentors, they offer like a 30-minute introduction so that you can feel, do I really click with this person? Do I trust the person? Is there rapport between us? Because in the end, it's the relationship you have with this person. They can do all kinds of things with you, but if you don't have like a close contact, then it won't work out.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. Okay, and then the second part was, in addition, at Accenture, we have the career counselor concept where everyone has a more experienced colleague that helps to design your own career. I'm a career counselor myself. How can I grow in my role to be the best counterpart for my counselee?
Yeah, that's really, this already shows that you are really an empathic person and you're really interested to coach your fellow. I would really suggest that you get some knowledge into coaching. Yeah, how to ask questions to the person. Yeah, to open up the space where the other coachee or counselee is really guided. So it starts with good questions to say, okay, where do you see yourself in Accenture? Yeah, where do you think are really your strengths? Let's figure out together, where are your strengths or what are your strengths? Yeah. This would be the first thing. And where do you think you still need to grow in accordance to really reach your career goal? Yes, to set a goal, find out where the person is, what her strengths are the strengths are actually aligned with the career goal? Yeah, maybe brainstorm are there any other options the person has never thought about?
Yeah.
And then schedule like a way how the person can reach his or her goal.
So you set up a kind of a plan, maybe act as an accountability partner.
Yeah, and to have more like coaching skills, how to define with the person a goal, how to ask the person about opening up for skills and strengths, and then look how the strengths are really related to the goal, and then figure out what the person can do within Accenture, and maybe additional trainings to reach the goal faster.
Awesome. Sesson also has a question. Sesson says, I worked on my limiting beliefs and I thought I have overcome this. The other day, an old limiting belief triggered me again. What can you suggest to put it to rest completely, or is this the expectation I have there wrong? Or is the expectation that I have there wrong?
Okay, thank you very much, Sesson, for your question. It is actually often the case for what I said in the beginning. We have these knots, a network of beliefs, and in these beliefs there are certain events. And some beliefs, like I'm not enough, can come up in different events and in different networks. So this means if you have worked on a certain belief in the past and you're still triggered, this means this belief is still connected to others, and you may have to dig a little bit deeper.
Okay.
Yeah. And because I also had that, I had certain beliefs I thought I have worked on, but then they came back in different flavors and in different questions or issues I wanted to solve. And then from there, even deeper levels were revealed. It's like an onion.
Yeah, it's deeper
so
and deeper.
Deeper. And it's not that you have, and you will never find, you will never reach the core. It's only important if you feel really blocked to move forward and to receive things in your life. You may want to consider what are the current limiting beliefs. Hope this helps. Listen.
Zaha was super happy about the questions that you answered. So fantastic to hear that you helped with that. Something that I sometimes also am wondering about is, at the moment, and I'm sure that this is based on my perception of reality, I have the feeling that a lot of people invest into business coaches. A business coach, yes, you need a business coach, you need a business advisor, you need a business mentor. But when it comes to well-being, self-development, for some reason, people hesitate a little bit more. Does that have to do with the fact that a business coach will help you scale your business or will help you making so much more money or whatever? And when it comes to personal development, you can't really measure it. Is that maybe one of the reasons? Or do I look at the situation maybe from a weird angle? So what's your perspective on this topic?
Yeah, same what you said. I think people are going for a business coach because they expect monetary outcome out of that. Yeah. So then if I do the business coaching and I apply all these things, then clients will come. And in one side, it's actually helpful because just to build up and what you're doing, get a brand. Others, they offer like marketing skills, a business plan and whatever. These are also certain strategies. And people don't value as such. It's coming more and more because more people are also standing up like you. You say, okay, I'm also working on my well-being. Shay also works on her well-being and she's very proud of that. And you hear more and more people who have figured out that it's not only business strategies, but also behavior strategies, mental strategies that are very important in the business world. There is even he's an organizational psychologist. He helps really organizations when they're in transitions and whatever. And he said a lot of young leaders who are coming up now, like new talents, and they have really a lot of challenges with them. He recommends everybody to have like a psychologist or mentor to help them through the process, because it's communication skills, is getting an overview, it's making better decisions, how to take care of your own well-being, how to deal with group dynamics. This is all the soft skills, but but we are all human beings. You can have a great like organizational strategy, but if you have to work with people and if you have to make decisions and you're not in the best state to do that, then it will also not work. Because there's in everything is the psychological side, because we are humans, and there's a psychological side of leadership and also of business. And I experienced it myself. So
but the thing is also, I mean, I realized that very often when somebody in the past shared a specific marketing or sales or lead gen or scaling strategy with me, I said, whoa, no, this is not going to happen. And then he or she said, why? And then I came up with my reason, which was totally based on a wrong belief. So I couldn't reach that business objective because my mindset was not correct, because I didn't fully appreciate myself, because I didn't fully respect myself, because I would put the success of my clients over my own health. Hello, this is not going to work. And I find this very, very interesting that people don't see the correlation. And that's what I also realized is when I have my strategy calls with potential clients and ask them, so what's the number one challenge that you have right now? And very often it's not number one, but it's 1, 2, sometimes it's 3. And I very honestly tell them, I say, okay, here we can definitely work on that. And da, 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 da. But this one is based on a limiting belief. This has something to do with your relationship to money. This has something to do with your relationship with yourself. Because of the words that you've used, I sense that there might be something that is triggering you. The way how you phrase the sentence shows me that, or let me phrase it that way, I don't see the world that way, but I'm not qualified to help you with that. I know somebody that can help you. So if you're willing to work on your mindset with that expert and with me on your marketing and lead gen strategy, you're going to be successful. And if you just take one of those, with all my respect, it's not going to happen. And I'm not telling you that because I want to hurt you or because I feel like I'm something better or whatever. It's just a harsh, honest truth. And the right people are incredibly grateful and then also do that. Some people say, nah, and then, okay, I'll send them love and let them go.
Yeah, and it's always your own choice. I had, for example, recently a person, she was really convinced that she has to leave a legacy. She has to leave a legacy. And on the other side, she was very hesitant to start this legacy because this would mean to leave her comfort zone. And so she was in this very ambivalent feeling to remain safe, but also feel unfulfilled if she doesn't start this venture.
Yeah.
And in the end, after our sessions, she came up with something unexpected. She said, do you know what? The time I have now created for myself, instead of using that immediately for my venture, I take now time for myself and honor myself, to really heal myself. And then I choose to do that venture, or I choose not to do it. So she has a choice now. And before it was a must, and it was a burden, and it was an overwhelm. And now she can choose this or something else. And
Beautiful.
it has released so much energy from her.
Yeah. Well, before that, I'm sure it was sucking life and life
Yeah.
source and quality out of her
Yeah.
life. It was like, I need to do this. And, But now as she understood and looks at this from a total different angle, she just has more energy, because it's not as if you have this 15 kilo, I don't know what, sitting in your neck, trying to push you down, saying you should, you must.
Yeah.
It, like, just going through your day without these extra 15 kilos in your neck just makes things easier. The people don't maybe don't see that, or don't want to acknowledge that, because it's a little bit like, but then if you overcome your pride, or park ego for a few minutes and then say, okay, fine, but let's do it. It's just, again, I can't repeat and can't speak highly enough of you, because of the work that we've done together. It's just, things are flowing. As we recently said, I am flow.
No.
I like it.
Yeah, and you see also what I liked when you said, and I have to, like, the stiffness of everything, and then you said, and then you can let go, and then your whole body relaxes, and that's also it's a condition or a state where you can actually receive. And
sure.
this is and that's really important.
Nice. All right. Anybody else? We have time for one last question. If not, then Silke, I want to know who should connect with you on LinkedIn.
Yeah, so if you're looking for psychological mentoring, and psychology is all about your behavior, your thoughts and feelings, then reach out to me, and you can have a discovery session, and then we can set you really on your individual pathway. And pathway also means to create really new programs, new paths in your brain, so that you are really the boss of your brain.
Fantastic. All right. I can't see any further questions. Just a lot of people thanking us, saying that this was a great live, very insightful. So once again, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. If you enjoyed this session, if you have a friend, a colleague, a family member who should know about this, which means that this conversation would open his or her eyes, would create awareness for a challenge that they might face. Don't be greedy. Share this life with him or her. Tag this person in this life. Repurposes, repost it. I mean, this is what it's there for. Silke gifted us with almost an hour of her time. I put my hour on top of that. We gave our best to inspire you, to help you look at things from a different angle. And we hope that we could encourage you to really ask yourself if you're happy and successful where you are. And if you're not, would you appreciate somebody who would encourage you, who would, nudge you a tiny little bit further to grow, to become better or more successful or happier or more balanced, or whatever it is that you're looking for, that you want to achieve. So once again, Silke, thank you so much. This was awesome. And
thank you very much.
Very soon.
So thank you very much for your invitation, and thank you very much for everybody who was here live or looks or watches the replay. Thanks a lot.